Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. Now if you guys are not aware, we're gonna have a new character, Morpeah, right here. She's gonna be the next character to be featured upcoming in Brown Dust 2. So let's talk a little bit more about her. Now if you guys have not seen her before, she was featured in the Summer Angel, Beachside Angels PV, right? So this is going to be how she looks like in her skills, right? So this is going to be the skill animation. Whew, very spicy. Okay, so extremely spicy, but this is going to be the highlight of her skill. So I'm going to try to see if we can back off a little bit, right? This one, and then you guys probably have seen it before. As you can see, she basically is here and she summons two soldiers next to her, right? So this is going to be pretty cool. And then when you look at each of them individually, like they both move forward and attack the enemy with a suicide attack. Boom. So one of them have like the diagonal attack and one of them have the straight line attack. And I was right based upon the skills which we're gonna talk about right here. Alright, so this is going to be Millennials of August 21, 1st and 22nd. So let's talk a little bit more about Morpeah. Now, keep in mind that if you can only pull one between Morpeah and also Therese right now, I would highly recommend Therese because she is going to be limited character, whereas Morpeah, if you don't obtain her, she will be added to the limited to the standard pool. Alright, that means you will always have the chance to obtain her via like any tickets, or there's a chance to spook her in any banner moving forward. Now with that being said, let's talk a little bit more about her kit overall. Now as you guys can see, Beach Vacation Morpeah is going to be a skip attacker, alright, skip target. So very interesting. Now this is where it comes in a very, I would say, unique manner. She has this skill in a preemptive action. Alright, so preemptive action similar to Grand Hilde's one. She's able to cast the spell before your turn, alright, or before the battle begins, which I do think the advantage mostly lies in PvP. Now if you guys have Grand Hilde in PvP, you guys know what I'm talking about. So Grand Hilde has the ability to apply taunt before the battle begins. So therefore you have the ability to basically prevent the enemies from attacking first. You have that taunt, so that means your Grand Hilde is gonna be the one to get the priority, right? The attack priority. Now, in a lot of situations, preemptive action is going to be useful in that sense, right? In a PvP scenario kind of situation, but I don't see it being useful in like a normal scenario. Now, if you are fighting like a normal enemy in a story stage, you are always going to move first. So what is the point of you to have a preemptive action if you are always going to move first? Because it's not like the enemy sometimes gets to move first, right? It's not like that. So this is going to be one of those like very niche and I guess weird conditions. I can see this being useful in PvP, sure, right? And it could be mostly just there, but ideally I don't think I've ever used Grand Hilde outside of PvP. So and pretty much that is going to be the character that I'm tying this preemptive action with for the time being, right? Now of course there might be some scenarios that I can't think of right now, but I don't really see preemptive action being useful if you are just going to move first. And also you can just plan your units in order, right? Maybe later on we'll have Guild Wars and this seems like it's going to be useful there as well. I'm not too sure, right? But again, there's a lot of things that we need to take into consideration. Now, as you can see, her SP is really high. 6 SP is really high. And as you can, if you scroll down, you move forward, it doesn't reduce it at all. At +1 doesn't like reduce the SP, +2 doesn't reduce SP, +3, +4, +5, there's no SP reduction. So again, this is going to be a very high character overall. So she also applies this thing called the Allied Zone Summon. So what is this? Summons 1 unit of Persona of Worship. Additionally, summons 1 unit Persona of Slender. So she is going to have the ability to preemptive action, and she also can summon the Allied Zone Worship, which summons 1 Worship Persona and 1 Slender Persona of Slender, right? So which is 2 separate units on its own. As you can see, going on into +1, +2, I don't see the upgrade, right? Maybe the upgrade is going to be in the later one. So as you can see, a skill can be activated before the start of the battle. That's preemptive. Allied Zone Summon basically summon creatures starting from the front left of the allied formation. Okay, very interesting. Persona of Worship, Persona of Slender. Names of the summons from Beach Vacation Morpeah. So summons based on Morpeah's stats before entering battle. Persona of Worship uses a self-destruct skill to the frontmost target, affecting a range of 3 squares left and right. Damage increases based on the costume upgrade. So Morpeah's upgrade right here is going to increase these costumes, these suicide bombers attacking power. So you can see from 300% to 380 to 460 to 540, 620, and at plus 5, 700%, which is quite high actually. The multiplier is really high, right? Again, another self-destruct here, damage increase based on the costume upgrade right here. Again, goes up to 700%. So, very interesting. Oh, she does have an SP reduction right here on her. That's going to be specifically tied to a potential liberation. So that means instead of 6 SP, she can be a 5 SP, which is way more manageable, right? I feel like at 5 SP, maybe this could be useful. So as you can see, the tile range, one of the character have this left to right, and then one more has this up to down, right? So as you can see, if you observe this particular, what is this? Video as well, right? So this guy has the left to right, and this guy has the front to back, right? So that's the tile range right there. Very interesting. Reduce damage taken by 30%. 2 cooldown time turns decrease. Very interesting. What is her default cooldown time? 3 turns. So she's meant to be a character that casts this spell every turn, it seems like, because she's meant to be a character that have one costume on her own, because you see right here, right? 2 cooldown time turns decrease, and she have 3 cooldown turns. So that means she's supposed to have 1 turn of cooldown. So it seems like this costume is meant for her to be used alone, right? She doesn't need to have any other costume to be to be able to complement her, similar to Zenith and also the Bastia, right? The second variant of Justia right there. Very interesting, I would say. And yeah, alongside with that, the weapon as well, which gives crit rate. Very cool. This is going to be on the, I believe, the necklace slot. And of course, there's going to be some fixes here and there. Very interesting. Now, I don't think this is that strong or that impressive, but I don't think it's bad either, right? So the truth is, in terms of magic attacker for water, can she replace, like, who is she supposed to replace, right? Like, the truth is, what role does she has right now in terms of all of this, and also where does she fit into the meta right now? I do think that a lot of players are, I wouldn't say like skipping her is a good idea, but I feel like the usage of her is going to be quite niche, and also it also depends if the enemy can hit these characters and can also receive the damage, right? If that's going to be the case, then maybe the usefulness increases. So I'm not sure if that is going to be the case, because right here it says self-destruct skill on the frontmost target, right? Damage increase based on the costume upgrade. Yeah, I'm not sure if the things need to move on its own, and what turn does this persona things actually move. The persona of worship and persona of slender, that's going to be something that I'm finding out, and we'll need to find out later. But this is a very, very interesting concept, right? So it's going to be new for a lot of players to discover, and we'll need to definitely try her out and see for ourselves. But for now, I'm not even sure what's the good stopping point. Maybe at +2 seems to be alright. +2, +3, I would say. That's where I would go a little bit. I wouldn't go all the way to +5, seems a bit expensive, plus she's also not going to be a limited character, so I wouldn't go all the way. But it does look like the potential liberation is going to be the important one for her, so make sure you guys have those water stones going on if you guys are looking to pull her. So let me know what you guys think overall of Morpeah. She seems to be a very unique character, very unique DPS character actually, one of a kind, something that we don't have yet in the meta, a summon type damage dealer. So I'm curious, what would you guys think of her? Let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys pulling or not? Because I'm a little bit confused, and I wouldn't say confused, I'm like torn between wanting to save for the next one, which is Michaela, and then Eclipse afterwards as well. But definitely we'll get 1 or 2 copies to try her out. With that being said, I'm going to see you guys in the next one when the patch kicks in. Subscribe, give this video a like, and have a nice day. Goodbye.